Now that's what I'm talking about. The Lakers go into Denver and walk away with a W. And this win was as impressive as it gets. Let's talk about it. Before we get started, if you could do me a huge favor and drop a like on the video and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future Lakers and other sports content. Yes, indeed, this was an excellent win by the Los Angeles Lakers. We beat the Denver Nuggets 123-100, and this was the first win, the first regular season win that the Lakers got in Denver since April of 2022. Now that's saying a lot. Okay, that gives you some indication as to how dominant the Nuggets have been over us. And for us to get a win like this is incredible. Great job. The Nuggets were on an 8-game winning streak, and we put an end to that shit. So good stuff from the Lakers. There are 3 things in general that I kind of want to harp on in this video as to why we were able to not only beat the Nuggets, but we were so dominant in doing so. Let's get the obvious out of the way, and that's Luka Doncic. This is the best that Luka has looked in a Lakers uniform, no question. And it's no coincidence that this is one of the best wins of the season so far. Tonight, he finished with 32 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He was a perfect 8 of 8 from the free throw line, 4 of 9 from 3, and 10 of 22 from the field. So overall, just an excellent night from scoring, rebounding, facilitating, etc. But get this. He finished the game with 4 steals. He actually led the team in steals tonight. Nobody else that was active tonight had more than 2. So this is easily as close to peak Luka as we've seen yet. He was shooting the ball well. You know, he brought energy. I know you guys, if you were watching the game, you're probably going to see it in the highlights in this video here. He shoots a deep 3 over Christian Braun, and he screamed in his face. You know what I'm saying? Just looking real confident, real swaggy. That's the Luka that we were looking for. And that's the Luka that hopefully we can see on a regular basis, and that we're confident in handing the keys over to the franchise over to him once LeBron retires. Excellent game from Luka Doncic. He was absolutely the driving force to this win, and he was the best player on the court. Next up is going to be our defense. The Lakers' defense was terrifying tonight, and I mean that wholeheartedly. If any other team, GM, coach, whomever was able to watch this game tonight, they saw the Lakers defense and said to themselves, holy shit, these guys are for real. Because our defense tonight was just on another level. This is something that obviously a lot of people are concerned about. And I'll admit, I was a little bit too. When you lose a player like Anthony Davis and you acquire someone like Luka Doncic, you would naturally think that defense is going to be an issue, especially when your starting 5 consists of, again, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves, and aging LeBron James, etc. But it's safe to say that JJ Redick did an excellent job of not only preparing this team, but getting them hyped for the game, making sure that they are locked in to the objective and executing, which is incredibly important because this was, in my opinion, a playoff setting type game. We needed this W, and that's exactly what we got. We held Nikola Jokic, again, the best player in the NBA. He did have a triple-double. That is true. But we held him to 12 points, 10 assists, and 13 rebounds. He went 8 of 10 from the free throw line, but he shot 2 of 7 from the field in 35 minutes. So that gives you an example of just how aggressive we were in terms of limiting his shot attempts and making sure that he dishes the ball out and letting his teammates beat us. That was essentially the game plan. And by the way, Nikola Jokic finished with 6 turnovers. He actually led the Nuggets in turnovers. So overall, that was just a great job defensively. We executed very well. Here's something that I want to point out that I think some of you might agree with. Nikola Jokic doesn't like to be bothered. You bump him, you get physical with him, you make it as difficult as possible, he gets bothered. And we initially saw this in 2020 when we won the championship. When we beat the Denver Nuggets that year, we had Dwight Howard, we had Anthony Davis, we had JaVale McGee. And the objective during that series was to obviously just bother, use your power, use your size to just be as aggressive and bothersome to Nikola Jokic as possible. How does that change with this current roster? the objective is actually the same. It's the same objective. You want to make Nikola Jokic as uncomfortable as possible. But instead of power and just overbearing size, it's more so still using your length, right? Because we still have Dorian Finney-Smith, who's 6'8", Rui Hachimura, who's 6'8", Jared Vanderbilt, who's 6'9", almost 6'10", very long, a good wingspan. But we focus more on speed, agility, and tenacity. That's more of the objective when it comes to bothering Jokic. So the objective is still the same. It just changes a little bit. And I think JJ Redick recognized that, and he did an excellent job of drawing up a game plan to more or less shut down Nikola Jokic. And I think the defense was absolutely incredible. And lastly, everyone stepped up. Everyone. LeBron James, he was excellent. I'll say again, excellent off the ball. And people who watch him and watch Lakers basketball, you know LeBron James can play off the ball. People that try to spit that narrative that he is just he's ball dominant and that's the only way he could be successful, I feel very comfortable just calling them haters because they don't watch him enough. LeBron James finished with 25 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. He was 2 of 3 at the free throw line and 11 of 19 from the field. Very efficient game overall. Didn't shoot the ball well from 3. He went 1 of 4. But he only had 1 turnover, 3 blocks. A LeBron James who is engaged is, on any given night, arguably the best player on the floor. And you can, if anyone tries to convince you that he can't play off the ball, you can use this game as a textbook example. You saw the backdoor cuts. You saw the lobs that he caught. The buckets in the offense he was able to generate for the team in transition. Do not tell me he can't play off the ball. Rui Hachimura, 21 points. Austin Reeves, 23 points. This was our quote-unquote role players, right? And technically, I consider all role players that aren't Luka Doncic or LeBron James. But you can make a very solid argument that Austin Reeves is emerging as that more or less big 3 option, right? He's certainly our third scoring option, no question. But at the end of the day, I would still consider him a bit of a role player. And everyone outside of LeBron James and Luka Doncic did an excellent job at playing their role, which was to make sure that they were aggressive on defense and that they were ready to shoot on offense, or at least try to generate some sort of offense. Whether it was to drive and kick, be ready to shoot, pump fake, drive to the basket. Austin Reeves did a great job of that tonight. Whenever the ball pressure was coming up, Jamal Murray, you saw him try to press Austin Reeves a few times. He did a great job of staying patient, strong with the ball, and just picked his spots. Use his handle that he has. Austin Reeves has a great handle. Penetrate, get into the lane, draw fouls, hit the free throw line. Austin Reeves was great tonight. Shout out to Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent. They were excellent on the perimeter, and they did a great job of helping on the interior as well. Whenever you saw those switches, right, because you saw Denver, they try to run that 2-man game between Jokic and Murray, and they try to get certain switches to see if either one can get an advantage. I'm telling you right now, if you have Dorian Finney-Smith, who's strong on the interior and the perimeter, you have Jared Vanderbilt, who's also very strong on the perimeter and the interior as well. Those switches, it wasn't happening. And when Nikola Jokic was getting the ball on the block, kind of backing down into the paint, there was an immediate double. And they used their length. You saw how active their hands were. They used their length and size to make it as difficult as possible to suppress Jokic's strength, which is facilitating. Again, he had 6 turnovers. So great job from the role players, man. This was overall an excellent, excellent win. And of course, shout out to Jackson Hayes, man. He has been great ever since we lost AD. And I don't think he's getting enough credit. People recognize it. They recognize how active he's been and how he's just stepped up as the starting center. But even then, man, we signed Alex Lynn. You hear the murmurs about, oh, can we work with Christian Koloko or Jemison? Maybe we could find another center. But not enough attention is being brought to Jackson Hayes. The energy he's bringing consistently each and every night. He's getting better on the boards. He's getting a little bit better at not fouling, right? That's kind of his Achilles heel. He needs to be more disciplined on that end, but his effort in general, his competitive edge, his efficiency, overall, Jackson Hayes has been great, and we definitely got to give him a huge shout out, man. Loved what Jackson Hayes is doing. I mean, even looking at the breakdown, the Lakers had 33 fast break points. to the Denver Nuggets 9. They got outworked, guys. We understood the assignment. Denver came into this game. They thought this is the same Lakers. We have their number. We're good to go. But the truth is, this is not the same Lakers team. This is a Lakers team that's technically led by LeBron, but you know what I mean. The best player is Luka Doncic. You have a rejuvenated LeBron James. You have a much improved Austin Reeves. This is not the same AR from last year. We have Dorian Finney-Smith, Jared Vanderbilt's back healthy. This is not the same Lakers team, and they took that for granted. They got outworked. Points in the paint, the Lakers 52 to their 30. This was a textbook show of a team that was just more aggressive, more physical, and they wanted to take this game away from the Nuggets, and that's exactly what they did. This was a brilliant game by JJ Redick, by the team, the coaching staff. Overall, this was a very important win because you guys know Denver Nuggets have had our number. And this was a statement game, and that's exactly what happened. We went into Denver, we made a statement that the Lakers are something to be reckoned with. And it looks like Luka Doncic, hopefully this is something that's a trend that can continue, that Luka is coming into his own. He's developing his rhythm. He's getting more confident in a Lakers uniform with the rest of the team. Because if that's the case, the Lakers are going to be dangerous going forward. I'm going to tell you right now, if we can dominate a team like the Nuggets, we can dominate anyone. That's all I got for today, guys. Excellent win. Hopefully, if you had a chance to watch it and you enjoyed it as much as I did. But if you didn't, hopefully you enjoyed these highlights. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, make sure you do so. And I'll catch you on the next video. Here.